Yeah, let's look at this.
And you can just look at me.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, whenever you're ready.
Can I get you to say and spell your name, please?
It's Patrick Simmons, Patrick Simmons.
Tell me about this page on Facebook.
It's Rusty Heminger, Amateur Drama Queen. It's sort of a satirical, kind of humorous spoof. I started kind of on a whim based on some of the things Rusty had been saying. Some of them, sort of a combination of just disagreeing with some of his comments. A couple of them, I'll admit, somewhat resenting. I found some of them a little offensive. But overall, it was mostly just a joke.
Do you find it hurtful?
Personally, no. Admittedly, I'll admit, I grew up in a family where the kind of humor in our family has always been kind of more a little brash. So it's far less brash. I was not at all trying to be hurtful. It's just satirical in my mind.
There's some sort of, and I actually, here, let me grab this. I actually have if I can pick this up, excuse me, I actually have this with me, and some of these things, there's some part in it that says he's a loser and they hope he dies alone. Isn't that hurtful?
I didn't write anything like that. I don't personally know anyone who would say anything like that. That's not to say there aren't people who would say things like that. I'm sure there are. I will admit it's been about 2 days since I've read anything posted to the page, so and I have not had a chance to read that yet. I've heard it's posted, and I disagree with that. I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong to say something like that. I mean, that's wrong. There's a line that has to be drawn between humor and being just outright offensive. I feel that at the very least, where I came from and where I started, we were on the humorous side, and it was sort of a light, okay, you go ahead and say what you want about the school, but we're going to kind of poke fun at you at it.
But even this info, I mean, it is hurtful, right? I mean, would you not say that that's hurtful? You call him fat. I believe you called him a large mass. I believe there's something in the info about eating Twinkies. Is that funny?
I suppose it's up for debate. I mean, I don't consider it any different than when a political cartoonist draws a famous politician. Like, you open up the newspaper any day, you see someone draws Rush Limbaugh, draws him as a large guy. He is a big guy. Rusty, I'm not saying he's fat at all, but Rusty's a big guy. I'm a big guy, I know. I'm tall, for one thing, and I used to be very heavy. I've lost a lot of weight this semester because I've been running, but Rusty's a big guy. So I'm not trying to say he's fat or anything, I'm just caricaturing.
Amateur drama queen.
Amateur drama queen. I feel like a lot of the stuff he's saying, especially that he tends to, I noticed, use rumors a lot and say, oh, I heard a rumor that this, no, I heard a rumor that that. He seems to be really just kind of attention-mongering, is the impression I got. And regardless of whether or not that's actually what he's doing, I've met him, I talked with him this evening. I mean, he seems like a very nice guy. I don't know him very well. I only know him from what I've seen on the news. So, like I said, I've been going this kind of the same way political cartoonist goes and things like this. I've just been caricaturing, satirizing.
We spoke with the Dean of Marketing today, Deacon Forrest Wallace, and he was shocked by it. He said it was hurtful, and he said he was going to be looking into it.
The Dean is entitled to his opinions. If he wants to come and talk to me, he can be my guest. But I don't at all represent the opinions of the school, or even of the majority of the students. I represent my own opinion. I know a lot of the students, they have their own opinions about the school. I know most of them, at least most of the ones I know, love it. And yes, they may disagree with the school on things. I disagree with the administration of the school on things. But I love the school and I respect it. And this was coming from me and a few fellow students who have joined in on it. It's not the school's, it's not from the school, it's from us. It's a joke we're doing on our own.
Is it bullying?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't at all consider it.
Not calling him a drama queen, fat, any of those things aren't bullying or hurtful to you?
I don't consider calling him the drama queen at all hurtful. Like I said, it's a caricature and it's just satire. It's a joke. And like I said, I'm a fat German. I'll admit it. He's my roommate. It's name calling. It's sort of picking on, but I wouldn't call it bullying by any extent. I think bullying is taking it that step too far. This is poking fun.
Then do you think that some of these comments on your site do take it too far?
I think a few of them do. I think the people who said that he would die alone and things like that, I think that is definitely taking it just way too far. But those people don't represent, just as my page doesn't represent the views of all the students at the university, those people don't represent at all what I was going for here. They've taken it far too far and I completely disagree with their statements.
But your full name is on here.
Yes, it is. I put my full name on there, but I am not listed as the creator of the page. I'm just listed as another fan. So, But my full name is on
So you have no problem being affiliated with this group that you admit is hateful?
I have absolutely no problem with being affiliated with the group in a sense. It's sort of like I am, or at least was, a member of the Libertarian political party. I disagree with the party on a lot of things, but I would still say that I was a member of the party. I voted for a Libertarian candidate. It's the same sort of thing here. I am a member of a group of people who were poking fun at him, and it was meant to be a lighthearted, joking way. And yes, some individual members may have taken it too far, but that's on their individual heads. That's not something that at all represents the group as a whole. I don't think being a member means that we agree with them. We all just happen to agree around one thing, and some of them may take it too far.
There's been a lot of cases around the country, we hear all the time about kids, getting upset, getting depressed because of things said about that on the internet. Do you think that that's something you should be aware of when starting a page like this, obviously you are entitled to do whatever you want, but do you think that that's something that you should be aware of?
I think it's important to be aware of it. I have heard of it a lot. I know several friends of mine have been insulted on the internet by people, have had people bully them on the internet to a far greater degree, to a very serious degree. Mm-hmm. But I don't see personally any problem with sort of lighthearted poking fun, especially because I wouldn't do something like this if Rusty hadn't been on the news about it. It's sort of like, if Rusty wants to go ahead and say something about me, he can go ahead. I'm thick-skinned. I believe Rusty's thick-skinned. I think he can probably take it. If he wants to come to me and tell me this is offensive, I will be happy to take it down. But he hasn't. When I talked to him about it, he said he didn't care. He didn't mind. He said he just brushed it off, which is good, and that's what I hope. And I realize that there are people out there who take these things, and it truly gets to them. But I think, again, it's just like with political cartoons. There's a difference between personally attacking someone and attacking sort of the image they've set up. And I'm not really going for Rusty. I'm going for the image Rusty has sort of set up himself, because I had not even personally met Rusty when I made this page. I was completely going from the image of him I got from television. So.
And doesn't that make it, how would you feel if this was a page about you?
I'd laugh.
Do you still think it was lighthearted?
Absolutely. I'd laugh, I'd brush it off. I've had things like this done to me, I've had worse done to me. Personally, I think it's funny. Like I said, I come from a family where our humor's been pretty brash. This is just the way I've always made jokes. And I would have no problem if someone made this kind of thing about me. And even if they did mean it, then, people are entitled to their opinions as wrong as they may be.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say?
Not really. Just thanks for giving me the chance to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody else here? I don't want to not give somebody a chance to speak who'd like to speak.
I just wanted to mention, like on the note that he was talking about, my roommates come in, the friend here with his camcorder has recorded some pretty funny things. We all take it pretty lighthearted, the person
talking about somebody dying alone, lighthearted?
No. Now you have to understand that when I say that, I'm not saying that comment in itself is funny. It's Facebook. People are going to say some of the most outrageous things on Facebook. They'll say the most outrageous things on your page. If you said my page is Republican, they'll maybe go off and take that, who knows where. Anyways. So, but the thing is that the page itself was created with the intention of being something that was sort of lighthearted, not geared towards creating or encouraging, not so much maybe, comments like that. It happens, but look, people are going to do that. People will always be people. College students will always be college students. My roommate with his darn camcorder will always be my roommate with his darn camcorder, recording whatever goofy things happen in our room. I'm labeled, I'm from Utah. I'm called the Mormon all the time. Am I Mormon? No. But it's something that's stuck for a while. I just shake it off. It's just part of college, So, but anyways.